We are joined in by the Commissioner of Police of Guwahati, Mr. 𝗙𝗥𝗔𝗖𝗪𝗡. Well, a massive crackdown on cyber criminals is going on right now, that is particularly on fake call centers. So what is the update on it? We suppose even as we speak, the raid still continues?
As you have already come to know about the massive crackdown started by Guwahati police against cyber crime and cyber criminals in the intervening night of 14th and 15th of September. We have carried out raids at 8 such places where fake call centers were being operated. We also targeted few individuals who were masterminds, considered to be masterminds of all these illegal activities. For the time being, our raids have been stopped for the time being, in the sense we have started the legal process. We registered our case in our cyber police station. We detained around 191 such persons involved in this kind of activities. Out of that, today, till now, we have arrested 52 such criminals who have been found involved actively, and against whom we have got all the evidences collected. And today we'll be producing all those arrested people before the Honorable Court, and we'll be pleading for their police remand, so that we can go for further interrogation and unearth the whole racket involved here. That is one. Second, during this process of investigation, because it's starting of the investigation now, during this process of investigation, we'll get many more such clues or information about this whole racket. As you know, that a lot of people, a lot of gullible citizens, they become victim of this kind of cyber crimes. And in that process, they lose out their hard-earned money. So these cyber criminals sitting in a place like Guwahati, they were running call centers, and they were making calls, national as well as international calls, to different targeted groups. And in that process, they have been duping those people of their hard-earned money. And these activities were going unnoticed. So finally, when it came to our knowledge, and thanks to, as I mentioned yesterday, thanks to my friend from the media, that particular friend informed me about these activities, and accordingly we developed that input. And finally we cracked down against 8 such call centers. During the investigation carried out so far, what we have come to know is that the scale at which this type of call centers are running in Guwahati is really a worrying factor for us. Though we have carried out raid and we could detect 8 such call centers where average 50 to 60 callers were working every night. But I believe there are many more smaller or bigger such call centers being run in Guwahati or nearby places or in other states. Because after interrogation, what we have come to know that these people have links with other states too. In 8 call centers which we have raided, the callers are from different states. From our own state, Assam, then neighboring northeastern states, Meghalaya, Manipur, Nagaland. They have the advantage because in these states, generally our youth, they are good in English speaking. And surprisingly, from states like Delhi, Punjab, UP, BIHAR, Maharashtra, from those states also, youth, both male and female, they have come to Guwahati and they were working here in such fake call centers. And it's not that they did not know about the activities they were doing. Initially, it may be possible that they have been lured by these criminals in the name of call centers. But after they joined the call centers, I'm sure they have come to know about the kind of activities they were indulging into. This is quite disturbing trend because our youth is turning into this type of cybercrime. Another aspect which is really can be a challenge for our national security is that these call centers are using leased line for internet connection, having 400 to 500 capacity. That so at a particular time, 400 to 500 calls can either land at that call center, or someone can make that many calls to outside. So there was a kind of telephone exchange, internet-based telephone exchange going on in that call centers, and these lease lines are either from mobile service carrier or from other service providers. So there was lack of probably surveillance on the kind of telephone calls being made from these centers. This is a cause of concern for us. Next important aspect is that the whole activity was about regarding money, because somebody is duping someone. In return, he has to earn money, even though illegal means. So this transaction was going through some kind of international Hawala racket, because these call centers were taking payment, even though by making the other person under threat, or by making some false promises to the victim, but he was accepting some payment. So this payment was in the form of Bitcoin payment or in the form of gift voucher. So this gift voucher needs to be redeemed. So this redemption process was carried out through some kind of Hawala channel. Similarly, this converting that Bitcoin payment, the digital money, into hard cash, that was also being carried out through some kind of Hawala channels. So that is again an economic crime, which is also a cause of concern. We have just started our investigation, and if required, we will be taking the help of expert agencies so that our investigation proceeds in the right direction.
What is the modus operandi and what is the threat level of this cybercrime, as you've said that it's a threat to the national security?
Modus operandi is like every day we keep getting complaint from citizens or the public that they have lost this much money to some to cyber criminals. So the modus operandi being used by those call centers which we have raided recently, they make calls in the sense they use highly sophisticated software to generate some kind of pop-up in individual computer screens by using search engines. So if somebody is sitting in America, suppose, he is using a personal computer, so there may be suddenly a pop-up saying that, just for example, that pop-up will come that your antivirus is not functioning properly. So normal tendency is to find out some toll-free number so that I can call up that toll-free number to find out what can be the remedy. There are some groups involved which creates and register fake toll-free numbers in such search engines. So anyone, when we search such toll-free numbers in the screen, along with genuine toll-free number, these fake toll-free numbers will also appear. If anyone makes a call to that toll-free number, so if that toll-free number is being used by this call center, and anyone making a call from America, this call will finally land in Guwahati, because this call center has purchased this toll-free number from some group. So that is another racket. Somebody is providing that pop-up, somebody is providing that toll-free number in a particular call center. They may be having 10 or 20 such toll-free number. So all these toll-free numbers are being registered in search engines only with the aim of duping people, because these toll-free numbers are being used by these call centers. that particular person who is making a call at this toll-free number, believing that this is a genuine customer service or tech support team, when that call finally lands at a particular call centers operating in Guwahati, the caller will act as if he is a genuine technical person and he is authorized and he is there to help that person. So he engaged that particular individual, the public, in some kind of conversation. And in that process of conversation, the cyber criminal, he tries to create some kind of fear in the minds of that particular individual, telling him that if you do not fix this problem in your personal computer at the earliest, your personal information may be compromised. Your personal computer or personal laptop is being used also for your net banking. So in that process, your bank account may be compromised. All your personal information can be hacked by somebody, and that can be misused. So in this process, he tries to create some kind of fear psychosis in that person's mind. And at the same time, he offers to help him out, that if you agree, I can fix this problem, and for that I need to take the remote access of your computer, just to make him believe that I am a genuine person. If the public individual, he agrees to give the remote access, so through some kind of some kind of system, suppose Skype or any other video conferencing facility, this caller takes that particular computer in video connection, and just for the sake of making that person believe that I am a genuine one, he starts guiding that delete this file, you can refresh the computer. So in that process, at one point of time, he says that now I'm going to fix this, and you can install this software in your computer, and if you want to install that, you have to make a minimum payment. Now that the moment this payment issue comes, a normal caller from the call center, from the fake call center, he transfers the call to a banker. In their terms, there's a particular person sitting in their call center who calls themselves as banker. So that banker, now he takes over and he says that if you want to make the payment, either you can make the payment through Bitcoin wallet, or you can make the payment in the form of gift voucher. So if the person agrees, then he makes the payment through Bitcoin wallet, or he purchases a gift voucher online and shares 16-digit or 17-digit that gift voucher number to this caller. The moment the payment is over, the telephone connection is cut.
Who are the victims?
Victims are the gullible persons who believes that the caller is genuine. So in these eight call centers, their target group was mainly people living abroad. Because in that process, they make the payment in the form of foreign currency, and when that foreign currency is converted to our currency, it's a huge amount.
So which are the countries primarily?
In these call centers, they said that their target group was mainly America and Canada.
And as you have said, they get a database and also all the information regarding the victims. So there is a dark ship in the bank who provide them information. There is a dark ship in mobile service operator. So
see, anyone in any organization, if some employee is compromised, then the confidential information goes out. So all these cyber criminals, they take the services of some groups who are into this business of illegally obtaining databases of public, and for some price, they sell it off to this kind of call centers. So in these call centers, it is not that they are having the database of public, they are using a different method. Different method in the sense they are procuring some fake toll-free numbers. Those toll-free numbers are registered in search engines. Anyone who makes a call to this toll-free number believing that this is a genuine tech support office, that call finally lands at these type of call centers where our cyber criminals are operating.
There is a Telecom Regulatory Authority of India which monitors every call which comes to and fro to country. So how are they bypassing it?
Exactly, I'm not the right person to comment on this side. That is why in the beginning itself I mentioned that from a particular call centers, either internet-based telephone calls are landing, international telephone calls are landing at a particular call centers, or it is going out of that call centers. So every night in a particular call centers, many such calls are landing at that international calls are landing at that particular call center, and there is a kind of illegal exchange being set up by these criminals, which is being used for such international calls. So it is for the telecom regulatory enforcement agencies to see whether they are conforming to the norms or not. I'm not the authorized person to comment on that.
How challenging is this case of cybercrime to Assam police? Because this is a new and vast area. So what would be the challenges you would face right now? And are you going to take help from cyber experts and also help from other state police?
During the recent years, you must have noticed, because in different media houses, they have also published bulletins on cyber crimes. Recently, the number of cyber crimes reported to our police has increased, and it is exponential increasing, you can say. So the government of Assam has taken this into account, and accordingly, steps are being taken to strengthen the police capabilities to deal with such kind of cyber crimes. Recently, government of Assam has sanctioned cyber police station in 4 districts of Assam. One out of it is in Guwahati. In our crime branch, we have a cyber police station, and our officers are being trained to deal with such kind of cyber activities, illegal cyber activities. Yes, you are right. A lot to be done on this aspect, but gradually we will be quite well equipped to deal with cybercrime here.
My one last question. As you said yesterday, this is only the tip of the iceberg. So what is the tune of money that this racket from Guwahati has been able to accumulate so far in last 2 years?
Yes, it is a tip of the iceberg because in Guwahati itself, that night we got to know that there were 8 big call centers were running, who were involved in duping people. We are not sure whether how many more such call centers were functioning from Guwahati. And if it was functioning from Guwahati, there is a possibility that these type of call centers are also working in neighboring states or neighboring districts. You ask about the tune of money involved in such kind of activities. From the interrogation, what we have come to know is that average monthly income of a average call center having 50 to 60 callers runs to the tune of crore. It may be, if they are lucky, their income is 2 to 3 crore per month. And if their business was not doing well, they said ki sometimes it can be around 50 to 60 lakhs.
The raids will continue.
The moment we get any information about any such illegal activities, we will definitely have to act on it.
Are all the masterminds in your hand right now?
We can't say that all the masterminds are in our hand, but yes, we got some main guy, and we also got the information of other main people involved in this kind of activities. At the right moment, we will strike.
Thank you very much. That was the Commissioner of Police of Guwahati, Mr. 𝗙𝗥𝗔𝗖𝗓 speaking exclusively to Northeast Live. Reporting from Guwahati with camera person, this is Arindam Das for Northeast Live.